Hello! Well, thank you again for watching my Ring of Red series. We're not quite done yet, but we're getting there. We have this bit of cleaning up to do, so let's get started. And this guy still has a use of quick move. So we'll see what we can do about that. They have repair, but well, let's see if we can get rid of that. I'll need the heat shells regardless, because they'll probably use quick move pretty fast. Oh, and they better use quick move pretty fast, because if they don't, I'm gonna shoot its legs. And there it is. Now, one thing I don't quite understand is why it has to stand still while the troops catch up. I mean, it's not like they're in its way. Well, let's fire off a couple of heat shells, shall we? Yeah, I think I'm okay with using one more emergency load. Because this guy, there aren't too many enemies like this. Well, at least not anymore. After this, I'm going to be a little more conservative, though. Oof, yep. That 9% hit rate isn't bothering me too much, is it? Feels a little bit unfair, if you ask me. I'm going to say that probably threw off their aim a little bit. So, do I want to let them do their thing? No, not really. I think I can take one more shot at them. It's a little iffy, because I'm further away now. Heat isn't going to do as much damage. But, I mean, what else am I going to do with it? Oh, they have 2 hit points left. They have 2 hit points left. And maybe I shouldn't have backed off. Oh, good. I was afraid they were using E-wire. That would have been a little tough to deal with. Alright. Well, they caused me a little bit of trouble. But that's yet another bulky enemy off the map. Alright, you are definitely gonna have to recover in place, but that's okay. I think... well, we'll see what this person does. And this person too. Who are they gonna go after? Well, we'll find out soon, I guess. So, Jun has a bit of troop killing to do. And if this isn't a good place for ink trap, I don't know what is. So we're gonna take the APC shell hits. I mean, there's not much we can do. We can't stop them from just loading up their shells. But at the same time, if the battle goes the way I more or less expect it to go, they then will be unable to do anything else no matter what happens. So, there you go. Move both your guys forward. Get into fireball formation. Oh, you know what? This is starting to make me think that maybe base hit rate stuff like nighttime doesn't affect special shell damage at all. It probably just has to do with whether the range you're at is optimal. Man, anti-troop shells are disgusting. Need to use them more often. I probably should have also realized that I should use them more often earlier than now. Oh well. Right, I want to set up another elimination shot. And also protect my recons from that snipe. Oh, huh. Those mechanics have better armor than I thought. Enemy squads have really high attack power at this point. It also occurred to me that when the enemy has gas neutral, I could, in theory, still lock the enemy infantry down completely with a medic squad. Because I could just have them retreat and restock the white phosphorus while they went back and used the gas neutral. It takes so long that, yeah. Of course, it's still useless against gas masks, but hey, you know, it's worth a thought at least. So let's fire that last ink trap. Because against medic squads, I don't want to take chances. Not if I'm going this far on my way to kill off the enemy squads. And now that I don't have to use any more special shells, let's move forward into close combat range. The mechanics should deal a lot of damage that way. If they have time to fire at all. Oh, they're aiming at me, are they? Well, let's fix that. I was pretty certain they'd use APC shells, but I guess not. That makes things easier for me. There we go. Ooh, they got their timing right, though. That was set perfectly to interrupt me. Well then. At this point, all they can do is take shots at my soldiers. I think I'll let them fire once, and then I'll retreat my recons. That's terrible, alright. Much better. Also really good. Dang. Also, let's do that. I want to spread out that damage. I really haven't seen a side of Jund that wasn't violent. Did my grenades miss? Man, that's annoying. Well, I could have done more damage to their AFW with a little more luck, but that's okay. I still annihilated their squads and didn't lose much, so that's good. Note to self, use ink trap more often. And really, any kind of anti-troop shells, because even if I only get to do it once per map, it's just so effective, and it's not like the enemy's numbers are limitless. So yeah, why not? Let's see. Oh yeah, they're loading up heat shells. I was thinking about maybe just walking forward and saving my quick move, but I don't want to fall into the trap that I just put the enemy into. That would be pretty dumb. Well, let's say hello. Okay, that's a move I didn't expect. I'm kind of not sure why they loaded Ink Trap and not APCR. That seems a little bit silly to me. I'm kind of tempted to close in, actually. But honestly, there's not much I could do if I tried that. It would take too long. It is very tempting, though. But they put themselves in such an awful position, and I think they stepped on a river, too. So I can just back out now and counterattack really soon. Oh man, if they're aiming manually, I might just be able to walk out before they even fire. Or that could happen too. And that's the problem with aiming at very long distances in snowfall. Don't get me wrong, I think that the effects of snow on the battlefield make the game more interesting. I just wish that there was one or two maps in the late game without it. But instead the game is like, okay, this is just how the game works now. You got used to being able to move 3 squares with medium AFW. You shouldn't have done that. Emilio can only move this far because he's got 2 mechanic squads. Anyway, how am I going to follow up on this? Emilio's definitely not going to stay here, of course. And if he crossed the river, he'd be able to remove some clutter and sort of set us up for better positioning later, so it's very tempting. Let's see, he only has 4 max attacks left. But I'm not sure he would even need that to finish this guy in one exchange. Or would it be a better idea to send Jun up there? I don't know. Actually, I think it's best if he finished that guy off. Kinsao can move up here, I think. We'll see. Oh, when do you move next? Actually, yeah, it's best if John finishes this guy off. Because he's... Weizsäcker will be able to move, and then John will go to the village and deal with him. And Jen can move up here. The woods will slow him down a little bit, but that should be fine. So yeah, Emilio doesn't actually need to do any fighting yet. Can these guys even attack him? Let's see, this guy won't, this guy will, which is perfect. He'll just walk forward and get punched. I approve of that. So yeah, let's be a little aggressive. I mean, let's say all of these three guys could attack in one turn. That would still be no problem. As for this guy, well, Ayana is definitely not going to follow up. But Ryoko could. Yeah, she definitely could. Alright, we'll do that. I guess we'll see what happens. So they have heat shells and APCR. So they are definitely going to hit back a bit. So that's an interesting question. Should I drag this out a little bit? Well, they have repair, but I don't especially care about that. Nah, Ippei isn't good at shooting. If it was Emilio, I would consider it. Also, sorry for taking so long to make all my decisions. Well, I've been playing this map a lot, and if I had to start over, it would be bad. I know, well, this isn't, it's weird. This game is semi-permadeath. None of the AFW pilots can get killed, but the squads can, and that is a drawback. I think that's worth resetting if playing casually. Although before I even have Ryoko do that, who moves first? Okay, yeah, this guy does. Alright, so how am I going to handle this? Well, there's only one way. I was considering just going up in short range to make punching them easier. I think I might still walk forward, maybe hit him with a quick fire. The problem is they're probably going to put... they're definitely going to put E-wire in front. So that's going to make things awkward. I'll have to manually aim first, but I think Ryoko is good enough to pull it off. It's a good thing. It's a good thing she's sturdy enough to take some heat shells, though. Oh, they're aiming manually? Then so will I. Dang, I did not expect that. That is a nasty snipe, I will admit, but I'm not really looking to put those guys up front a whole lot. really need this to work. Man, they aim fast. That was really bad. But it's not the end of the world. Okay, now I'll just fight as hard as I can to... Ooh, this might actually be tricky. Yeah, I don't think I can really close in. I'll have to use quick fire or something. Let's see if this is any more accurate than a normal shot. I suspect it is, but hey, might as well find out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's more accurate. Well, if I get a decent troop grenade shot off, I guess this could work out. If this normal shot misses, I'll use more quick fire. Alright, finally, a minute to breathe. Man, the way the thing was angled downwards scared me a little bit. So, how do things look? Okay. I probably should have checked this before. It might not be a bad idea. Nah, he kind of needs the troop recovery. Kinda, sorta. But once Ryoko and Ayana have had time to use a recovery, it might not be a bad idea to put Ebe right here. That way, this red guard will move on to the river too. That could be good. Yeah, you're gonna cross the river over here. So, should I have Jun attack here? Ooh, it could be really helpful, but it's also a little bit iffy. It would mean that Weizsäcker could finish them off with no problem whatsoever. And Jun has not been doing enough. He's got a lot of maximum attacks left. So yeah, I think that would be a good idea. And I'm gonna aim to kill off their troops. Because they do not have high morale. Although, you know, maybe I'll throw a heat shell in there, just for fun. Yeah, the more I think about it, the more convinced I am that shell damage is at least partially independent of the raw power of whoever throws it out. So which one has the gas neutral? This is actually important because there we go. That actually works out pretty well. Yeah, I think slowing them down right now so I can move back into... Well, yeah, I'm wasting some time walking forward. Whoa, that was really nasty. That was way too close. I need to be more careful. Wow, that was almost a reset right there. It's a good squad too, dang. Well, I was just a little bit short there, but that went both ways. Huh, I really wish I could have chosen which one was on the left and which one was on the right. But you know, that wasn't a complete loss. I'd rather deal with ink trap than APCR. But it's a good thing that nighttime is about to run out, because from now on, that recon is staying in the crew's cabin for Jun. They're probably going to fire an ink trap right away, so I'd better fire right away and move my troops back. I mean, as tempting as it is to fire those rockets off, alright, that was clean. So, Weizsäcker at least will be able to move forward with no holdups. I'd rather have Jun heavily delayed than Weizsäcker, let me tell you. Oh my. That may have been a bad idea on their part. I think that after we deal with this guy, that'll be it. Also, notice their recovery was not so great there. I mean, they got their damaged weapon and legs back, but I don't like their chances here, which is exactly why I'm doing this, of course. I don't think I need to fire a PCR for this. Just a whole bunch of homing shots. Also, Jun will take some APC hits, but at that range, yeah, good luck. remembered it this time. And since I have plenty of maximum attacks left, let's emergency load. I mean, as unlikely as it is that the enemy would survive, I really want to get this guy out of the way so I can move on. Yep, that'll do it. Huh, they didn't even fire their special shells. Oh wait, they fired one. I just forgot because it was pitiful. Okay, so after this session, I'll definitely have to do some recovers. They got plenty of their special shells off, but overall, I think I came out of it better than they did. Whew, never punished. Well, I think that's enough excitement for now. I guess we'll see how we deal with this stuff, all the rest of it, or most of the rest of it, next time. Until then, stay safe.